Welcome back, everybody, to the Oakland A's franchise. I can't believe it's episode 40, but we're here in season 4 with the A's, who still hold a winning record 71 games into their season. We are still in 4th place, though, in this American League West with 4 teams above 500, and I'm still waiting to see, if things start to decline more in June. We got to make some tough calls before the trade deadline hits at the end of July, but we are approaching the All-Star break and the Major League Baseball draft. So let's continue on with our fun here. We're all excited about the progress that our Major League roster has made this year, but there are some things I want to talk about today down at the AA level. First up, one pitcher we got to see briefly last episode has been putting together a terrific season, and Alfonso Montes is about to actually get called up to AAA. He is a lefty with a submarine delivery. That's how he was drafted. I didn't add that to his game or anything. And looking at his ratings, he excels at not walking hitters, but there is a lot of stuff, we have to figure out with him. Hasn't been a dominant strikeout guy, but certainly 10 walks and 84 innings is very impressive. He has 9 quality starts at AA, and it's time to get him up to AAA. One concern I have is the 62 stamina, and I'm not sure if there's any way I can train that to get better, because that is lower than you'd like to see for a starter. I imagine with 62, you're really limited in your pitch count. Maybe 65, 70 pitches would be your sweet spot. Now, I've also added another pitcher to the AA roster, and that is last year's first-round pick, the reliever Gregorio Uribe. I started him off down at single A, and he actually developed really well down there, but I think at 64 he can start to actually get into some in-game action. And with that strikeout upside, I want to see if he has a chance to develop into a really high-level reliever and maybe even a closer one day. Of course, if I want him to be a closer, the Rally Monkey quirk would not exactly be useful. I don't know if these quirks change over time, but I check periodically to see who actually has some of these. Elliott Hughes, one of our 8 potential starting pitcher prospects, does have the Night Player and Rally Monkey quirk. He's down at AA right now, 24 years old, 65 overall, hoping that he's ready by the time he's 26 or so. Before we play anything, though, I had to remember that there was some scouting to take care of here in this stage. I wanted to scout Will Reagan, the catcher, who looked to be perhaps the best catcher in the class, but after scouting him a little bit, he's not interested in us, and we're also seeing him way lower than projected. We got Walter Steiner, a right fielder. Now, he comes in 39th. We select at 39 overall. Contact looks nice. Vision is solid. The power didn't come in where I expected it, but he does have a pretty good arm as well, and he's a top 40 player on our board, so I will have some interest in him. Esteban Batista looks like he comes in significantly lower than we originally imagined. I did see a lot of support for taking Yusniel Cruz with our number 1 pick, and just seeing that 84/99 potential, and the overall also starting in a really nice spot. I think this could be like a Vinny Gomez situation where he's a really good prospect, starts off with really good overall, and maybe isn't a great defender, but there's so much to work with right away, and I really like what he could bring to the table. Vinny Gomez, by the way, is our top prospect here in the franchise. He's only 18 years old with hitting ratings that are not normal for an 18-year-old prospect. He's not a great defender, but as you can tell, that is getting better, and in our case, Cruz has more position flexibility, could play catcher, and looks to have a very similar skill set. Gomez was called up at some point this year. Now, he has been struggling, but the Rockies are already playing him as an 82 overall 18-year-old rookie. One player we're going to try to finish the report on is David Shearer, who is 20 years old. I like to get a better blend of experience with our draft picks. Last year, I think we drafted only 18-year-olds. I like some players who might be able to hit the bigs faster, especially if they're not an early pick. So David Shearer comes in 66th. 20 years old, right-handed outfielder, and he does show, really good contact, good defensive skills as well, possibly. Doesn't really fit what I've been looking for this year with more power, but at this point, I'm just looking for intriguing prospects that we could finish up scouting before this period is done. I'm also scouting Eddie Enriquez to give us a starting pitching option, maybe with that second pick, because I really liked his blend of strikeout upside and the home run control. There's the mix there. He throws a fastball, changeup, slider, and a sweeper. A couple of wins to start the day. Never mad at that. But like I said, I want to go down to play a game here with Alfonso Montes. I want to see what he's all about right now. Making his AAA debut, the lefty Alfonso Montes. Playing for the Las Vegas Aviators. 6'2", 187. And he will throw a fastball in the mid-90s. And I checked out his arsenal beforehand. He throws pretty good fastball. He has a changeup off of that. And then the curveball also seems to be a solid pitch. Maybe the sinker is something we could work on here. So he really, wow. He thought that was a good pitch. Montes, 0-2. Okay, that one more wildly outside. But he does profile as another, pitch to contact, low, exit velocity kind of pitcher. And that's a skill set that I really like having on the team. And our best pitcher is one of those pitchers. That's Michael Soroka, of course. 2-2 now to Schrock. Fastball is inside. He's been a little all over the place here. Let's see that curveball here. 3-2. Chased it, strike 3. This one gets ripped down the line, but foul. I don't imagine the CPU is going to have as much issue adapting to the submarine delivery as I would. Lifted to right, not hit hard enough to do any damage. Throwing that curveball over for a strike here to Robert Hassel. And a fly ball left center field that is run down in the gap. And a good first inning put together for Alfonso Montes. The other thing I want to see in here is, how deep does he really go into this game? Does the stamina really keep him from going 5 or 6 innings? Because then he might just have to be a reliever, and even then, I think he could be a really good one. I feel like you don't see very many left-handed long relief pitchers, but if you are going to be one, maybe being a ground ball pitcher that just limits damage is kind of the right skill set to have, so right-handed batters aren't just destroying you as soon as you come into the game. And now the count goes 3-2. All right, the curveball got us out of a 3-2 spot earlier. And it does it again! Strike 3. Uh-oh. Crushed to left, back, and gone. Solo shot for Dave McCormick. I guess I am trying to get better at mixing up where the fastball is. I do tend to throw a lot of low pitches, and especially with the fastball, I'm not trying to keep it up. And I've been giving up home runs whenever I consciously make an effort to change up the fastball location. Strike 2. I'm definitely not great at being more aggressive in the zone and being effective at the same time. Pitchers like Montes definitely fit into the way I like to pitch. 1-2 inside. Struck him out. Curveball strikes again. Okay, we're not getting any of these borderline calls, man. There we go. High in the zone for strike 2. And it's already gotten 3. The 1-2. Too low. That's driven into right field. Sent way back and over the head. Extra bases for James Brantley. We've gotten into far too many 3-2 counts as well. I mean, energy is already below 50. You've really got to just pitch to contact and trust that they're not going to hit it hard, I guess. But early in this franchise is the time to work on some of these weaknesses and hopefully get ready for a more successful period here in the franchise. That's tapped up the line and an easy ground out, the kind we're looking for. 2 strikes now on Max Schrock, and we'll see if the curveball can get us another punch out. Ooh, that was a good one. Change up, tap softly. This is the contact we need to be inducing. Again, the borderline pitches are not getting the call. We have a 3-1 count to Rosario. Fouled off. Got him on the outside. Another curveball with a strikeout for Alfonso Montes. So, energy starting to get down there as we're at 47 pitches going into the 4th inning. There we go, right on the corner, starting to get those close calls. The 1-2 to Hassel. That one is played by the first baseman. Using the curveball to get strike 2 this time. And then he just looks at a changeup that was elevated. Strike 3. I think the first one that did not come via curveball. Now Dave McCormick, who took him yard last time. There we go. Getting ahead 0-2. 3-2 to Dave McCormick. Got him! Clipping the outside. So Montes has completed the 4th inning. And that is not going to be it. But he is tired as we enter the 5th, 65 pitches in. Yeah, I don't know if he can really be a reliable starter without a little bit more stamina than this. I don't know if there's like a pitching coach change we can make that can increase stamina, because that would be worth it. That's definitely something that's low across the board in this organization. Not this low in most cases. Otherwise, maybe he makes for a more intriguing reliever. Somebody who could get a lot of innings pitched, too. But right now, I feel like they're leaving him in for too long. And, ooh, that's strike 2. Maybe we're not done here. Curveball, do you got one more in you? I'd say so. Base hit right field from Brantley as Montes gives up just the 3rd hit allowed. And a ground ball finds its way through. That's probably, that's got to be it, right? It doesn't want to take him out right now. 2 on now. And this one's going to fall in shallow right. A run will score. He's just out of gas. This isn't sustainable. All right, I'm going to have to do this manually then. Like, we have guys ready. Okay, here I was waiting for them to make a change. I'm not used to player locking, but also just getting full bullpen control at the same time. Maybe I missed that was an option. But yeah, I can cancel player lock manually and go bring in George Williams instead, who's also pitched really well this season. Getting more bullpen appearances here as there's just so many players in this rotation that we want to get innings to. Curveball, grounded. Muncie's going to touch and throw to first to get the double play. Nicely done. It's a good time to check on some of these AAA hitters at the same time. Deshaun Knowles has been in a little cold streak lately, so did not get called up recently with all the injuries we've had in the outfield, but he'd probably be next. 3-1 though, as we patiently await, and Miguel Cabrera is on deck. He's healthy once again, recovered from the broken forearm, was it? And he will hit with Knowles at first base. Cabrera is hitting over 300. You know he's walking as well, so he's just an ultra-productive player when he's out there. Jammed into left field, and this one is caught. We go bottom 6 now, and we traded Seth Brown a couple episodes ago for first baseman Ivan Melendez, who has put together a very nice season. He's a first baseman with some contact and power ratings, but it hasn't really translated to power this season. And he is gone here on one pitch. One player who's, I think, extremely close, maybe next year he's at the big league level, is Max Muncy. The numbers aren't going to wow you right now, but he's had some really good play in this series, and the development is what impresses me the most with him. I think he's got a chance to give you a little bit of everything here. The power's only in the 40s. That can continue to get better. The vision and discipline are in nice spots. The clutch is a little bit low. I think training here, the vision, discipline, contact, or the power is kind of the right call. And the defense, everything's at least a 70. I think the main issue is just where do you end up playing him, with Arraez at second base. And then Trey Sweeney is now the starting shortstop, which leaves not a whole lot of room there for Muncy. Now, could Muncy turn into the eventual replacement, say, for a Luis Arraez? I think that's very possible. If I find out he has any other secondary eligibility he should have, like he's played some third in real life or something, I'll edit that in. But otherwise, you know, at second and short, it's going to be tough to grab a starting spot. 3-1. On the ground and rolled to short. J.J. Bleday is one player we might call up at some point. He has really good discipline and has power from the left-handed side of the plate. So, kind of like a discount Joey Gallo skill set, I guess you could say. And a base hit rocked into center field. I was also looking at Jeremy Eierman's ratings earlier today, and I felt like, you know, I'd like to get him up at the bigs as well. Eierman is a righty that hits lefties really well. So he mimics Zach Gelof's skill set in that regard. He can play second, short, and third. And his defense is just okay. It's almost, you know, in a decent spot, but he's a 29-year-old player, low plate vision. You know, he's one of those guys who might be able to fill out a bench spot or maybe be a trade option. You know, we started this series with guys like him who, back in year one, he would have been like 26 or whatever, or 25. And I was more hopeful about guys like Eierman panning out, and I guess there's still a small chance for a small role. But I think with these prospects that haven't developed the way we wanted to or as quickly, you know, they're starting to get replaced by the guys we've been drafting. Might want to look at some more trades there and maybe trying to level up some of our prospects. You know, maybe a couple decent prospects for somebody who really fits what we're looking for. And I think Eierman could be a piece of a trade like that. Let's go bottom 9. Tied at 2. Trying to walk things off. Here is Max Muncy. Left up to Kevin Smith, or we're going to extra innings. Lined into right field and down for a hit. That leaves it all up to J.J. Bleday. He does have power against righties and lefties. Can he barrel one up? Bleday, right field, foul! Missed inside, so we can send Smith. If we can find a gap, this game might be over. 3-2. I don't want that one. Walked him. And now the winning run is at second base for Jeremy Eierman. On the ground and at third base, we're going to go to the 10th. One player we acquired was Kendrick Haynes. He was the closer from Cleveland. He has blown 5 of his 21 opportunities this year and has a 6.8 ERA. I might be sending him down to Double-A to try and get this season on track, but we're going to have him in here to start off the 10th inning. Line towards Vladimir, who comes in to make the catch. No advance. There you go. Good slider inside. That's a tough one. Struck him out. A cutter inside. Now just got to get the 9-hitter. Oh, almost clipped the inside corner right there. And tapped it softly. Ironman makes the play. That was a brilliant 10th inning for Kendrick Haynes. With the winning run at second base, it is William Simonite almost winning it going down the line. Line towards right field, and a routine play. Can Deshaun Knowles be the one to end this game? He could use a moment like this. Only hitting 111 this year with runners in scoring position. 1-0. All right, we'll take that high. Only 47 batting clutch. 44 power. Strike 2 on the changeup. Or no, that's the first strike. My bad. I'm used to getting behind in the counts today. Now with the count evened up. 2-2 from Hanley. Not biting. 3-2 from Hanley. Chased it. All right, Cabrera's turn. I'd just walk him if I were them. Why would you want to face him here? His run is irrelevant. 12-6. Think I was a little bit late on that swing. Popped up. Man, disappointing. Haynes only threw 7 pitches in the 10th, so he gets the 11th as well. Lifted for Vladimir, just like in the 10th inning. And this one, they will try to advance. Vladimir fires it to third, but it's not in time. Falling behind Rosario now, 3-0. And that nearly hits him, but he's on to first either way. Now we're hoping for that ground ball hit at somebody. That's not it, but this is going to be a close one here. Vladimir's going to get a run behind it. Fires it home, and it's offline with the go-ahead run scoring. All right, we got to get some offense going here, but we're facing a good pitcher in Robert Suarez, 7 of 8 on closing attempts this season. And here we go with Devin Foyle, and the 3-4-5 hitters due up. Suarez can hit 100, 2-2, too high at 99. And he walked him. The winning run is aboard. Ivan Melendez will hit. Already homered earlier in the game. Ooh, that's a tough one there for strike 2. High in the air, out to left field. I think we're not tagging on this one. It's out number 1. What about Max Muncy? Can he deliver? 2 on, 1 down. High in the air and out to right. And this one does drop in. We hold the runner at third, but now the bases are loaded, and a hit could win the game. So it's Kevin Smith, 2 for 3 on the night. Fouled off the cutter. Wow, fouled back a fastball. That was just late. Strike 3. J.J. Bleday. Base is juiced. Just got to find some space. Into left center field. Coming in. Game over. The main thing I wanted to see in this game was how Montez would pitch. how long he could go into the game. So he did do a pretty good job with his curveball. They were 0 of 7 on that one. It got a few strikeouts. Fastball was thrown 35 of the 76 pitches, and they got a couple hits off of that, a couple hits off of the changeup. Didn't throw the sinker a whole lot, and it was never put in play. Overall, he went 4 1/3. He did strike out 7 while allowing 2 runs. We move back to the major league level, and the A's have won 4 straight, and they're 6 games above 500. In their most recent game, Cody Bellinger had a 3-hit day, Trey Sweeney went yard, and Arraez had 2 hits and 3 walks. Gunnar Hoagland, 7 innings, pitches a gem. He's in the rotation right now just because we have had a lot of injury situations recently, and the most recent is Luis Medina, who's recovering from a strained pectoral. Joe Michael gets a start, and we do take the loss. Michael gave up 3 in 6 2/3 innings, striking out 6, and just did not get the run support. Medina has now recovered, and he'll take back his spot in the rotation. We've lost 2 straight. Finish up the week. Diamondbacks want to offer us Jake McCarthy for Cody Bellinger. Ooh. Okay, that one's actually really interesting. 28 years old, 1 year left of team control. Ooh, that is actually really tough. That's not a bad offer. I'll have to keep that one in mind, but I'm not ready to make the deal right now with us at 40 and 37. Back to the scouting side of things, we wrap up the profile on Walter Steiner. He comes in 37th on the board, and he is a lefty that doesn't hit lefties all that well, but there's some stuff to like here. David Shearer is almost wrapped up here at 92% scouted, and he looks like a decent prospect, maybe a mid-round guy who can offer some contact and decent discipline. We've lost 3 consecutive games at the major league level, and now in a tie game, we're trying to end that little skid. Oh, they're putting us in here bottom of the 10th. We've got to force an 11th inning. They got Kyle Tucker with the winning run, a hit from scoring. Acevedo in for his 2nd inning. This is not an easy situation to step into. Well, I've got to buy some time here if I want to bring in Victor Gonzalez. And that's what we'll do here. This is a tough spot. I don't think that we want to bring in or leave in a guy for a 2nd inning. So here we go. 2 for 4, Kyle Tucker. Over for a strike. Ooh, I did not want it up there. Lifted for Bellinger. I think this is going to be tough to advance on. No attempt. And now we got to watch out for the power here. We're going to pitch around him. Ooh, sinker is in there. On the ground, and Geloff lets it eat him up. And they're going to hold the runner. But instead of the 2nd out, we're seeing some of these young growing pains continue. Last episode, we had the issue at first base with Logan Davidson that cost us and Joe Michael a run. And now Zach Geloff missed one he should have had. It's David Matsumoto. I remember scouting him. Matsumoto here for the Giants, hitting 5th. I want to see his stats. It's really cool to see players that I recognize from past draft classes. Matsumoto can really hit. Switch hitter. Does it all offensively. They'll work through the defense. Play him at first base right now. But now the issue is a sac fly can win the game. 1-1. Fouled off. This is where you're hoping to find the strikeouts. Got him! Top of the zone. And now Tyro Estrada, who has homered in this game. 2 outs, 2 on, and right at Baez. Doesn't have to move an inch. Out of the jam, And into the 11th inning with Josh Baez hitting 199 on the season. Oh, it's Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Facing Jimmy Nelson, who throws a fastball, slider, and a knuckle curve. Out at the top of the zone. Ooh, slider. Froze me. Trey Sweeney is hitting .239 on the season. He has been picking things up lately. It seems like the power is showing up a bit more often. 2-1 from Jimmy Nelson. On the ground, and we'll try to advance, but that's going to cost us as Gordon is thrown out at third base. I didn't actually make a decision there. That was all auto. That's just a tough spot to put the runner in there. Runner goes, trying to get back into scoring position and thrown out. I'm aggressive there because I know they're going to have this situation. And I'd rather have a steal try to put us a base hit away from getting that run. So Griffin Jax enters. We go to the 11th. More extra innings action in this episode. It's Akil Baddoo. Geloff gets this one. Speared it. And Geloff gets this one. Makes the play. Fouled back. He's behind in the count. Griffin Jax forces the 12th inning. All right, this episode is in dire need of some offense. Let's see if we can finally get some here in the 12th. Daniel Susac. That one is a base hit. Into right field will hold the runner. Darell Arraez, not Luis Arraez, hitting leadoff today. Arraez hitting .230. Was that a pitch out or just a miss? Probably a miss. We only have two players on the bench right now, Shea Langoliers and Connor Capel. 3, Inoda Arraez, with Cody Bellinger on deck. Teams around the league very interested in Cody right now. Big part of our hot start. That McCarthy trade is awful tempting. 3-1. No, I don't want that one. We go 3-2. Just a piece. On the ground, and looks like a double play. Wait, the runner didn't go. He would have thrown home. But yeah, we didn't get him there either. Cody Bellinger's turn. He's 0 for 5. He is due. He is due, I said! Bellinger, back! Stays in the yard. It's a ground rule double. Finally, I score a run today. Logan Davidson now hits with a .279 average in the 3 spot. Where's Vladdy? Where's Arraez? And Aaron Don. We're missing so many guys right now. Good pitch. 1-2 now on Davidson. 3-2 with Soderstrom on deck. High drive, right field off the bat of Davidson, but caught in right. So, we got our lead. Can we win the game? I want to leave in Griffin Jax for the time being. Adalberto Mondesi will lead things off. He's bounced around the league here a little bit in the franchise. I've considered signing him. When he was looking for a lot more money than I thought was fair. And his speed has declined a lot, I believe. So he hasn't been as intriguing of an option. There's a strike 2. Jack strikes him out. Hunter Bishop. He's hitting 174, and Sweeney ranges out for out number 2. Kyle Tucker. Do I want to face him? Ooh, this is tough. Do I want to face Kyle Tucker or Mitch Haniger? I don't know that there is a right decision here. Wow, throw it right down the middle. On the ground. Air nice, can't get it. Oh, Bellinger had a problem with it now. Tucker hustling into second base safely. Game's tied. Getting ahead, 1-2. On the ground, Soderstrom can't make the play. Trying to win it. Gordon's throw pulls Susac away, and the game is over. The Giants walk us off with back-to-back hits in the 12th inning. And we lose our 4th consecutive. That one hurts. So close to winning this game. But that's the way baseball goes, doesn't it? We were just 6 games above 500 and now creeping closer to a 500 record. We do beat the Reds to end that little streak. Home run from Cody Bellinger. He continues to stay hot at the plate. Luis Medina is back. Gives up 4 walks and 7 hits, but only 1 earned run in 5 innings. Save 20 for Acevedo. Joe Michael helps us get a win. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Geloff with a 3-hit day. He's still over 300. Joe Michael goes 7, allowing just 2, striking out 7. Save 21 for Acevedo. But I wanted to pitch today with Ken Waldichuk. Waldichuk has a 4.5 ERA. He's pitched 83 innings, and he's a 78 overall. He's definitely improved a lot over the course of this series. The 2022 and 2023 numbers weren't very good, but he's bounced back, and I feel like I haven't really given him the attention in this series. He's thrown together a lot of quality starts over the last few years, and his numbers have been decent. We're still waiting to see if he'll take a step forward beyond this, but, you know, he's good enough to be in the rotation right now. I know that's not the most glowing endorsement that a guy is just good enough right now, but he is. There are some guys who will challenge, I think, for that role in the future, but for now, Waldichuk's got it locked down. The only reason he's here number 1 is because there was an IL stint for Soroka, and so the rotation just made sense with him going there. It doesn't really matter the order until we get out of the All-Star break, and then I'll probably shift everything back to what is usual. Little update here on Zach Geloff. We're now looking at him hitting .318 with a .378 on-base percentage. We're seeing the most upgrades to his contact at the moment. I think his discipline deserves a little bit of love with him increasing his walk rate this season. Baez is the player, though, that's starting to see a little regression as well. He's a righty who has not hit lefties well this season, and his ratings are taking a hit as a result. I think that going down to AAA might be good for him. So before we start this game, actually, we're going to be sending Josh Baez down to AAA. And I think it's time. He's gotten hot in the last couple episodes. Last episode, he was a negative .1 WAR player. Now he's positive .6. Brought his average up to 263 in the on-base to 322. Deshaun Knowles, welcome to the show. You're getting your first start today. Tyler Soderstrom was injured in today's pregame warm-ups. The team physician is worried about the risk of a long-term injury if he plays today. So he is not going to play, and Logan Davidson is. We have not seen the Reds much in this series. They got Elly De La Cruz leading off. We're playing in Cincinnati. We've been playing so many games at the Coliseum lately, so it's just nice to get into another ballpark for a full game. Let's get this one going, everybody. A's are 42-38. We're facing Xavier Curry, making his 6th start of the season, giving up a lot of runs already. That's what I like to hear. Luis Arraez leads off for the A's. Hopefully we can get some offense going. I have not hit well in this episode to this point. Arraez, foul. 3-1, 3 straight misses. Arraez prefers to put the ball in play and reach that way. And they'll drive one to right field. Arraez smoked it out of here. It's his 8th homer of the season. And the A's go up 1-0. You know, I like to... This is just a weird benchmark I've always had in my head. Like, I want to hit a home run every episode. I got one now. That feels really good. Bellinger! Oh, I didn't even see him behind him there. Come on. Bo Bichette was right there waiting. Here's Vladimir Guerrero. Yeah, this top 3 we've got here in this lineup is awesome this season. Vladdy. Ooh, I'm too excited about that curveball. Guerrero's got 20 homers on the season. On pace for a 40 home run year in Oakland. That sounds awesome. Ah, man. I don't know why things feel so off today. I haven't, had a bunch of days between playing or anything. Zach Geloff will hit now. 318 average, 378 on base. He's maintained this success for a fair amount of time this year. He's had a lot of at-bats. 2 strikes on Zach Geloff. Not biting on the curve. Or the slider. And he draws a walk. That brings up Logan Davidson, who's in for Tyler Soderstrom. Davidson has a 271 average and a 327 on base. Like, the entire lineup is giving us a solid average and on-base percentage this year. It's so refreshing. And a tapper that Curry should be able to handle, and he does. So a leadoff home run from Luis Arraez, but no further damage done. And here comes Ken Waldichuk. And he will make his 14th start of the season. And here is Elly De La Cruz. Yeah, I don't have a new version of the roster or anything. De La Cruz lays down a bunt. Geloff got him at first. How about Elly De La Cruz, though? Man, his emergence in the majors this year, it's not just him. Like, the Reds are just so much fun to watch at the moment, and Elly just really puts them over the top from, like, an entertainment standpoint right now. It's awesome. 0-2. He struck him out. Way out in front of that one. 2 strikes on Tyler Stevenson. Did he go? He does not. 2-2. Come on, man. That one's been called against me so many times lately. 3-2 from Waldichuk. Missed inside. They picked up Bo Bichette in the offseason. A lot of talent leaving the Blue Jays. 2 quick strikes. Oh, he went. Okay. Strike 3. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Ken Waldichuk. Let's go on to the second now. Led off by Trey Sweeney. Sweeney is one of those players, though, that's been a bit disappointing this season. He lifts it out to left field, but that is measured for out number 1. I certainly wasn't expecting Susac to come in and hit 300 this year, so that's a huge bonus. You just wonder if there's going to be some more regression, because we have a lot of guys who are just performing better than you'd expect. You got to think long term, will it sustain? We're waiting for a decline that really hasn't appeared yet. 2 strikes on Susac. Oh, strike 3 on the inside corner. Spencer Steer starts off the home half of the second with a base hit to left. On the ground, Sweeney Little flip there. Arraez barehanded converts the double play. A second look is required at this one. Sweeney with a tough play behind second base, and Arraez in one swift motion. The catch, turn, and throw. Beautiful. We go top of the third, and it's the first major league at-bat for Deshaun Knowles. He's developed well over the last couple years in the series, and now finally gets his chance. Ball one low. Knowles is a contact-first, switch-hitting outfielder. Good plate vision. Expect him to be a good average and on-base player. He's certainly not done developing, and maybe he's a guy who gets bounced around between AAA and the majors. In the air right field, Knowles sends this one back, and his first big league hit is a leadoff home run. Number one for Deshaun Knowles. Oh, that is so awesome. Man, I hit a home run on my first try with Deshaun Knowles at the big league level, and yet I've never hit a home run anywhere with Aaron Don. I didn't think it was going to get out, but it just kept on carrying, and this is one of the better hitting parks in the majors. I'm not sure if that's a home run in all 30 parks, but we're going to take it. And now, instead of getting a hit, Arraez gets hit. And that's going to bring up Cody Bellinger. 10 homers on the year to go with his .285 average. Now, I'm not sure if I can check like what the re-sign numbers would be. I think I can. I'm curious what he would be looking for, because I think he's significantly boosted his market now. Like, he really should be a $10 million a year player, I think, at least. And he signed for half that to be here in the first place. Bellinger lifts it out to left center field. Sent to center and caught. Geloff smashes it off the wrist of Jonathan India and should reach. And I'd say that's a hit. It is. Just going to keep that average in the 300s if you don't mind. And now it's Logan Davidson. Oh, man. I actually was ready for the high curve. 71, though, is a real slow one. You've got to sit way back. And that's going to be into left center field. Bichette ends the top of the third. But Deshaun Knowles gets his moment and makes the absolute most of it. A last-second call-up for his debut. And he makes it one to remember. How about that? We go bottom three. It's Drew Jones. Nope. First round pick in the 2022 draft. And he pops it up to Gordon, who comes in for the out. That's belted out to Bellinger, but he'll have no problem getting to it. And the second at-bat for Elly De La Cruz. Just a piece of the outside there. That's a great pitch from Waldachuk. 0-1. Yeah, that's a great pitch, too. 2 right on the corner. Can't throw him better. 2 strikes on Elly. Struck him out. Oh, man. I adapted to the curve and still got on top of it. No, thank you. I don't want that one. Susac has a .298 average now. It has fallen. Can we fix that in this trip? 2-2. Yeah, he's hitting almost 300, and his slugging is 371. He basically only gets singles. 2-2. Tapped it. Another one on top of the curveball. Hey, that was a strike last inning. What happened? On the ground for Sweeney. Waldachuk in cruise control. Fouled off. Davidson. Oh, you got to leap I guess I would be in control of that, wouldn't I? Bichette. Strike 2. Ooh. Another good one from Ken Waldachuk. The 1-2. Struck him out. What a start to this game for Ken Waldachuk. 4 scoreless. Now let's see how Deshaun Knowles follows up that leadoff home run a couple innings ago. Second at bat. 3-1 with Curry missing high. Arraez is on deck. Not confident in anything in particular. And the 3-1 is lifted to center field by Knowles. And that's a routine play for out number 1. Arraez, right field, and ooh, that had enough hang time. That's caught. The only hit the Reds have was supplied by Spencer Steer. Good changeup on the inside corner by Waldachuk. Popped up, shallow center. Here is Bellinger for the catch. How do you not call that? All right, full count now on Arraez. We're going to throw him one in the zone here, hopefully. Struck him out. And Fairchild laces one down the line. Second hit of the day for the Reds. It comes with 2 down here in the 5th. Waldachuk has fallen behind Drew Jones and walks him on 4. So suddenly, a couple base runners for the Reds. The tying run is on base. Austin Hendrick, another former first-round pick. Waldachuk gets ahead 1-2 and strikes him out to end the inning, getting number 6. Meanwhile, we're already in the 6th inning, and Xavier Curry has had a really nice day. That's knocked down. Vladdy hustling will have a hit. Doesn't feel like he's had like this amazing day, but here we are in the 6th inning, not doing a lot of damage, and the Reds are going to pull him now. So he finishes 5, allowing 2. We'll see if we can give him another earned run. Backed him off the plate there. Not going to see a slow curveball now. I feel like I was just starting to get used to that pitch, and then they take him out of the game. Got it by him at 96. Just having trouble catching up to the fastball right now. Here's Sweeney. Popped him up. And Bichette will have this as well. We have no action yet in the bullpen. But now our 3rd trip through the order, beginning with Elly De La Cruz, who leads the Reds in hits this season. And it seems like Waldachuk's starting to lose a bit of his command. Fouled off by Elly, and that runs the count full. Trying to come back from 3-0 to get the leadoff man. That's what he does! There's strike 1. We got to start getting that first pitch strike. He does so to India. 0-1. Fouled off. How about the pitch counts by inning? 3 innings in a row, he had single-digit pitches. Struck out India! You know, there's another left-handed pitcher on this team I'd like to have games like this with. But I'll take what I can get. 2-0 now to Stevenson as Waldachuk finds the zone. Ooh, he was expecting about 115 there, and he got 83 instead. 2-2 to Stevenson. Just a piece. The count runs full. Just a piece of that one. 8 pitches in this at-bat. 3-2 again. Popped up. Davidson. End of the 6th inning. Waldichuk still pitching a shutout as we head into the 7th. They haven't brought in that lefty reliever yet, which is kind of nice. Daniel Susac trying to get his first hit. And it's sent to the gap. Susac, single. And he's aboard. And that'll bring Nick Gordon to the plate. Uh-oh. He is only hitting .242 with a .316 on base this season. And Gordon finds center field. Back-to-back singles. Feels good. And that means we've got a chance here for Deshaun Knowles. 1 for 2. Swung through it, strike 1. Don't gotta chase that one. Really gotta start putting together some better at-bats here, advancing runners and just not wasting chances. Tap to third base, and that's an out at second base, but the only one they'll get. Now we get Luis Arraez to the plate. Runners at the corners. Gotta get home that third run. Very tempted to send Knowles to try and break up a double play. 1-1. You know, if they get 2 strikes, I think that might be my call. But for now, I'm waiting to see if we get our pitch. 2-1 from Warren. Why'd I chase that? Not the best plate discipline today. Yeah, they know what I'm up to right now. Tried to extend the lead. On the ground and rolled to second base. I didn't send him. Should've. Bottom 7 with Ken Waldichuk. Who thought we'd be here today? But he's done a phenomenal job, although he is running out of gas quickly. We do have Zach Jackson getting warm. 0-2 on Bo Bichette. Popped up for Davidson. And there's another one. Line to right, and Steer has his second hit of the game. It's on the ground, but finds its way through. A second straight hit. That might do it here for Ken Waldichuk. A terrific outing. Hopefully we can do enough to secure the victory. Zach Jackson's going to enter. Great game from Kenny. And he'll hand it off to Jackson, who has pitched very well for us this season. By far his best year in the series. But now he inherits a couple runners, hoping to keep the lead intact. Stuart Fairchild goes around on the first fastball. And fouls off the second. Struck him out. And a ground ball finds its way through. Drew Jones. Probably could have thrown home there. I wasn't expecting to get him. 2 on now, 2 down. The first run has come across. There's a strike. Pop foul. Struck him out, just overpowering him. And that's the inning. The Reds get their first run. And now I feel like we've got to go get one more to get that 2-run cushion. Cody Bellinger leads off for Oakland. Ooh, good change up there to hit, and Cody falls behind. That was the type of pitch and swing we could have used here. And now he hooks it in the air out to right field, but run down. Chopper to short. Zach Geloff with 2 down. Too far ahead of that one. They've done a really good job, I think, in general, just pitching me away and low in this episode. Full count. And it's into center field. Geloff out. Here comes Alex Arraez. He has been dominant and should be an all-star this season. 1.6 ERA. He has 40 strikeouts in 33 and 1/3 innings. And now Elly De La Cruz will hit as a lefty in a one-run game. 2-0. 3-0. Last thing we want to do is just give Elly and his speed a free pass. And that's exactly what happens. Reyes can't find the strike zone. So the tying run's on. Jonathan India at the plate. In the dirt, taking off, Susac throws, and Elly is out. He had the quick recovery on the curveball. And we've seen this out plenty of times here in the series. That's a big help for Reyes, who has yet to throw a strike, but has an out. This is wild. Don't pick now to completely have your game thrown off. Base hit, India, right center field. That's at least 2. It would have scored Elly if he were still on base. 1 out double. He just cannot find the zone. Someone else has to get warm. And now I'm not sure if Acevedo should really be available for this one with the energy there. I suppose he could be. Not bringing in the lefty with some of these rating splits. Gonna warm up Jax. And it's a base hit to right. Gordon comes up firing. India stays at third. This is a problem. One of our top relievers is not on his game. He doesn't have the confidence. It's at 0 right now. At this point, I don't think you rebuild his confidence. You just chalk it up as a bad day and move on. Here comes Griffin Jax. We got to get out of this mess. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. And it's Bo Bichette with Spencer Steer on deck. Belted, left field. Knowles won't get there in time. The Reds tie the game. They'll wave home the go-ahead run. Sweeney nails him at the plate. Our only outs this inning are on a steal attempt and then an outfield assist. I knew 2 runs wasn't going to be enough. Tie game. Waldichuk no longer in line for a win. The 9th inning approaches. Steer taps it. Jax won't have it. Sweeney will try, and he's got him. The Reds have rallied late, and now they're throwing Alexis Diaz at us, and I remember facing him earlier in the series. I think I struck out 3 times and was like, what is going on? Fastball, slider, fastball. Logan Davidson leads off. Davidson smashes it to Bichette. 1 down. Grounded now by Sweeney. 2 down. Now we're hoping to get a single out of Susac. 1-1. Susac belts this out to left center field. This one is down at the warning track. That's a double. But can you bring him home now? They're going to walk Gordon and instead put the pressure on the young Deshaun Knowles. In his debut, he homered in his first major league at-bat. Now 1 for 3. Ball 1 inside. And if we can get, draw a walk here or anything, Arraez is next. Fly down the line, and that will turn foul into the seats. Sent to left center field. And playable as we go bottom 9. And we're going to bring in Victor Gonzalez to see if we can have yet another extra inning affair in this episode. Pop back. He's got 2 strikes on Wilfred Veras. The 1-2. Fooled him badly. Strike 3. Getting ahead of Fairchild, 0-2. Gonzalez not messing around. Struck him out. Jones lifts it, and Knowles will retreat and send us to the 10th inning. Another extra inning game. And we won't face Alexis Diaz any longer, thankfully. We've got the top of our order up with speed at second base. Luis Arraez, lefty-lefty. Pop back. We do not want to start this off with a strikeout. Ackerman's got his chance. Strike 3. Chased it high. Just not having a good day. Cody Bellinger. All right, patiently getting ahead in the count. Waiting for one to drive. Cody got it. Skied into center for out number 2. That means it's all up to Vladdy, and he'll be walked, so instead it's going to be Zach Geloff, who also hits lefties well. Guerrero doesn't specialize against lefties, whereas Geloff does. Tried the turn on the first one. It's foul. Early, late, having trouble just barreling it up right now. Strike 2. Again, turning foul. Not my day. Well, can we force another inning? We got to bring in Jonathan Hernandez. Man at second base. Hernandez has struggled all year. Gets ahead of Hendrick. And now the count goes full with Ellie De La Cruz on deck. Walked him. Ellie looks to bunt. It turns foul. Got a strike 2 on him, so now I don't think he'll offer. That's lifted for Knowles, who ranges over and gets there. Just made it. Clip the inside, not where I wanted it. Got to take what we can get, though. India wins the game. Man, that's a tough way to lose. Just to watch the game progressively get more and more in their favor, and we just can't get that last run or two, or that one big hit. Reds take it. That was rough. A pair of solo home runs is all we could put together today, just not manufacturing anything, not having enough good at-bats in a row. And we will keep Soderstrom active, but he'll miss probably the next few games or so, getting 100%. But now we're 42 and 39. Why don't we adjust this lineup, make sure he's not there, and he's not. Good. Let's simulate this game, and we win. And this game. I don't know if I want to screw this one up. Check this out. I'm not going to control anything. We're going to watch Mitch Keller and the A's up by 7. Can he finish off this complete game shutout? Mike Trout, here's your biggest challenge here, and that's strike 2. 1-2. He struck him out. 25 outs for Mitch Keller. He's gotten hot lately after a rough start to the year, but he seems to be figuring things out now. Renfroe fouls it off. The Angels are in last place behind us in the American League West. Big breaking ball has Renfroe out in front. Bullpen's prepared just in case. 1-2. Keller missed. That was pitch 101. 2-2 to Renfroe, and it's way up there, eye level. Come on, Mitch. Got to put this one in the zone. 3-2. Struck him out. It is Anthony Rendon. 2 down in the 9th. He struck out the side to finish off a complete game shutout. And the A's beat the Angels. That's a more positive way to end the episode. Very well played. 8 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed, 4 walks. Oakland puts up 5 in the first. A 5-hit day for Nick Gordon. Logan Davidson goes yard. Yeah, that is much more like it. 5 games above 500 now, and the draft is approaching. That's going to be next episode, it looks like. So we will have this final session to go through. And I finished off Eddie Enriquez, giving us a starting pitcher option. He's literally the only one, though, that I have scouted. I liked the range and the strengths that he showed, so he'll be an option for us with our second pick. Gabe Bauer. I've thought about finishing up this one. He is a third baseman who has a little pop, not a significant amount, and a strong arm. Not sure I have to wrap this one up if he's a late round prospect. Just take a chance on him or not. Fletcher Rudolph, though. Yeah, previously there was a bit more upside with the offense. Now, not so much. Still looks good on the draft rank. So I'm heavily leaning towards taking Yusniel Cruz in the first round next episode. And let me pull up his stuff one more time, and I'll remember to get Will Reagan the additional scouting. But it just seems Cruz is going to be our highest upside, and maybe even a guy who can also contribute maybe just a couple of years into his career as a right-handed outfielder. I mean, the defense needs some work, and that's going to be a theme in this series, and maybe that's going to, factor into how I decide to build out the coaching staff in the future, because we're going to need a boost somehow in the field. But Cruz looks to be a player that is going to be very difficult to pass on. Julio Pena is another very good option. He has a good bat. He has high potential, maybe not quite as high, but the range is similar. Also struggles a bit defensively. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but I do think that the better prospect and best pick for us is Yusniel Cruz. And that's about going to wrap up our episode today, everybody. Hope you had a good time here in episode 40. We've still, seen this team continue to play pretty good baseball. There were some tough games in this episode, and we had that losing streak coming off of a decent win streak. But you got to be impressed with what we're showing at this stage of the season. It's a true team effort right now. It's not just a matter of having Arraez and Guerrero. I think those two make a huge difference, but this is the most complete team we've had, and I didn't think we could be this complete in year 4. We're by far not done with this rebuild. There's still a lot of work to do, but we're looking good at the moment. Please leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. More A's franchise coming your way. We got the draft next time, and we're closing in as well on the All-Star break, where we should have some action. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time.